From Oxford, Mississippi and Vaught Hemingway Stadium, it's the Aggies of Texas A&M against the Rebels of Ole Miss. Mike Patrick, Tommy Tuberville with you. Paul Carcaterra works the sidelines. Let's go to Paul right now.
Coach, we've only seen two halves of your quarterback, Nick Starkel. Where does he add the most value to your offense?
Well, I think what you saw him last week get us down the field vertically a little bit more. Obviously, not as athletic, supposedly, as Kellen Mond, and so we don't look to run him as much, but he's been effective in the last 4 quarters he's played, and we're looking to get better out of him tonight.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.
I had an opportunity to speak to Texas A&M's best player this week, Christian Kirk. He told me in terms of velocity and accuracy, Nick Starkel is the best quarterback he's ever played with. So expect a lot, Mike, from this 1-2 punch tonight.
All right, Paul, thanks very much. Ole Miss will receive. There's Matt Luke, the Ole Miss head coach, interim variety, who has held this club together with all these storm clouds overhead, waiting on an NCAA decision on sanctions.
Ironically, he was my first recruit, Mike, here in 1994, and he was a center and went through this same situation Ole Miss is going through as a player, now as an interim coach.
Been a long-time offensive line coach. Daniel LaCamera will kick off. Jalen Jones, who has 1 touchdown return this year, is deep. Taken by one of the up men at the 12. And they will have really good field position out near the 30-yard line. The return by Montrell Custis. Jordan Ta'amu, a junior transfer who grew up in Hawaii, leads the Rebel offense. His full name is Jordan Ta'alolo Ta'amu Parafanos. And he was the number 4 junior college dual threat quarterback coming out, rated by ESPN. He has had 350 passing yards or more in 3 straight starts. Shea Patterson started the season with 3 straight over 350. Jordan Wilkins is the running back. Fake and the pass on the outside. DK Metcalf, one of 3 receivers with 6 or more touchdown catches, and they will go tempo.
A lot of quick short passes tonight, Mike, from Ole Miss. That's the only chance they've got of moving the football. They're not very good at running early in the game against a 4-man front.
Wilkins hitting the backfield and taken down. And it was Derek Tucker who was right up around the line of scrimmage as a safety. Tucker, true freshman, 6'1", 200. Ta'amu, he will take off in a heartbeat and slides short of the first down marker. Let's take a look at our impact players, brought to you by Chick-fil-A. A.J. Brown, a Biletnikoff semifinalist. That's the award for the nation's best wide receiver. And A&M safety Armani Watts, not only an excellent player against the run, but his 4 picks lead the team. 3rd down and 2. They try to get it on the ground, didn't do. Wilkins dragged down. That's going to be a penalty on top of it for a horse collar tackle. He gains 15, and here comes 15 more.
We have 2 fouls on the play. Personal foul, illegal hands to face, defense number 42. That penalty's declined. Personal foul, horse collar tackle, defense number 4. That 15-yard penalty enforced from the end of the run, automatic first down.
John Tavis, D coordinator from A&M, put everybody on the line of scrimmage except one. Williams breaks the line of scrimmage and almost goes all the way. That was good blocking on the right side. They went 2 tight ends. They don't do that very often.
I was mentioning the field conditions. Right now, people seem to be cutting very well on the wet turf. Ta'amu in the pistol. One look, fires over the middle and dropped by the best receiver in the SEC, A.J. Brown.
He was looking to run before he caught the ball. He had the ball in his hands. It was a perfect throw. Ta'amu, good play action pass fake. Should have caught it.
Brown only needs 139 yards for the single season record. Ta'amu got rid of that in a hurry. Got it out very quickly to Wilkins. Wilkins didn't have a chance because Jarrett Johnson was right there.
Jarrett Johnson was all over man coverage. He goes with the back automatically. He's got to make him miss, but the pass was not clean. He didn't have a chance to make a cut.
3rd and long. Ta'amu, a very bright young man out of Pearl City, Hawaii. And very even keeled, doesn't panic, doesn't show a lot of emotion. Throws a perfect strike there, complete first down and more. Brown dives, touchdown. 22 yards. Excellent throw, and then an exceptional move by A.J. Brown.
Just an easy throw and catch. 2 missed tackles. You got to break down, especially on this turf. You see an out route right here, just an easy throw and catch. Missed tackle there. Tucker missed the first one. Here he comes. Little hole by number 14. Big play by Ole Miss on the opening drive, and the turf actually caused that touchdown. 2 guys slipped down.
And he is a very unusual Mississippi player because he is from Starkville. You don't get too many guys out of Starkville that come to Oxford and play for this team. Great start for Ole Miss. 7-0. Christian Kirk, one of the most dangerous return men in all of college football, is back. Aggie offense led by Nick Starkel, the redshirt freshman, grew up in northern Texas, a small town called Argyle. Had some mentoring from both of his parents, both military vets, Murray and Wendy. And he's seen limited action this year, though, due to a broken ankle that was suffered in the second half of week 1. Got his first start since then a week ago and just went crazy against New Mexico. 416 yards. 4 touchdown passes in the first half.
And he's a true freshman.
Not bad. They will start from the 25-yard line. Starkel wants to set up the screen, flips it out to Williams. Williams dragged out of bounds at the 30. Good tackle by the walk-on middle linebacker, Taylor Polk, who's only 220 pounds. Very small linebacker.
That's a hard play from the linebacker there in man coverage. He had 3 guys trying to block him. Everybody else was covering their man. Great job out of him.
Gain of 5. They show blitz, and they'll beat it with the run. Ford inside the 30-yard line. His nickname is Thunder, and he rambled for 43 there.
Keith Ford's got a lot of speed in the hole. Bust up in the hole, but excellent block, and I could have run through that hole, and he just gets run out of bounds. He had a blocker catching up with him. Great play, great running play there by Texas A&M.
The run defense for Ole Miss has been atrocious this year. They're 125th in the country. Back in is Travion Williams. Big hole for him. Back to Clark.
Torrential downpour earlier, and the wind is howling. It's a swirling type wind. I spoke to one of the ball boys from Texas A&M, Whit Holcomb. He told me the ball is slick. He's rubbing hand warmers on the ball, so Nick Starkel gets as dry of a ball as possible.
The pass complete to Ratley. Ratley makes a couple of moves inside the 5, banged out of bounds near the 1.
What a play by Ratley. He just read everybody inside, just took it behind the line of scrimmage. It's just an inside screen. Pushes the guy off, catches the ball behind the line of scrimmage. Good blocking downfield, but he just tries to circle everybody. He's got more speed than anybody on that defense. He can really run.
Good job by Keith Ford, the running back, throwing him a block downfield. And Ford will stay in as the running back. Ford hit at the line of scrimmage and pushed back. 215 pounds, got no forward momentum that time as DeMarcus Gates, the leading tackler on this ball club. That's 91 this year. He's led this team 3 years in a row in tackles. He is clearly their best defensive player in the back seven. Another try up the middle, rejected again. Tommy, Ole Miss has not been very stout against the run, but that's 2 big stops in a row.
Yeah, they're getting penetration. They're getting off on the snap. It looks like they're reading the snap real well, moving when the ball moves. You've got to get penetration down inside the 5-yard line. If you've got your hand on the ground, give the linebackers a chance to get pushed at the point of attack.
Breland Speaks, the defensive end, was in there. 3rd and goal. Ford again. Players are signaling, but the officials haven't, and now they do.
Keith Ford got that on his own. There wasn't anywhere to go. He just lowered his head and got over the goal line somehow. Not very good from the offensive line of Texas A&M to get basically about 1.5 yards in 3 downs. Good shot from ground level. He just lowers his head and runs over somebody and falls over the line. That will stand up. That will be a touchdown.
It's one of those quirky official deals where the umpire is not supposed to make the call, but the 2 line judges come in, huddle around the umpire, and he tells them whether it was a touchdown or not, and then they signal it. We're tied at 7 with 7:01 to go in the first quarter from Ole Miss.
Chicken on a stick, a food staple at Ole Miss. I went to a Chevron station in the Four Corners area. Yes, a Chevron station, and tried what is known as Oxford's best chicken on a stick, and it was delicious. Gentlemen, I'm from New York, and I tried to convince the owner, Ray, to do chicken parm on a stick. He had no clue what chicken parm was. Come on, Ray, throw some marinara and fresh mutts on that stick.
All right, thank you, Paul. Paul gets all the good stuff with, what was that thing you ate? It was a donut filled with meat.
That was a cougar tail at BYU.
That's
it was a foot-long donut, a maple glazed donut, Michael, stuffed with sausage.
Oh,
and I washed it down with a glass of milk.
I raised a 2- and 4-year-old on those chicken on the sticks when I worked here at Ole Miss. So.
Wilkins is the tailback. He goes off the left side, has a hole. That big Rod Taylor, the tackle in front of him, and he's still going inside the 10-5. Touchdown. A 64-yard burst, matching his longest run of the season. That was too easy.
Didn't take long.
No, it didn't.
As I said, both teams are going to have to play better run defense because they're going to run, as you see right here, it's just a power play to the outside. The offensive guard doesn't block anybody. For 20 yards down the field, there's nobody to block. Then he just outruns everybody else.
They said Wilkins hoped to be 95% for this game because he has both foot and ankle injuries. If that's 95%, he's pretty good. And Ole Miss didn't take very long. They're back up by a touchdown. Luke Logan to kick it away. Christian Kirk and Travion Williams are deep.
Mark our stat
number 3.
Yeah, Mark, our stat guy here in the box, figured up if we stay at this pace, we'll score 160 points and 1,500 yards. That could be a record.
And we'll both need voice surgery. Good special teams play. Ford is the tailback. Starkel Airs it out, has a man wide open, Ratley. Ratley all the way to the 32, a 46-yard bomb from Starkel, and that's what he can do.
Yeah, Ole Miss is just gambling to stop the run, putting 8 in the box, playing man coverage, and their corner just gets outrun. Excellent throw. A little bit farther out, he probably scored, but this kid can run.
Williams did not quite get back to the line of scrimmage.
Again, Ole Miss has struggled on defense. They have to stop the run, and so they're going to give them the deep throw. If they can make the connection, they will play man coverage and put as many up there to stop the runs as they can. They're going to play zone here, give them a shot of making a throw, possibly an interception.
And they have only had 5 picks all year long. Take a look at our Chick-fil-A impact players. Christian Kirk, because of Starkel's injury, his receiving numbers are way down, but look for him to reemerge tonight. And Marquise Haynes, an undersized defensive lineman, but as a pass rusher, has few equals in the country, has 32 career sacks, which is a club record.
But as the D coordinator, Wesley McGriff, said yesterday to us, they've got to earn the right to rush the passer. They've got to stop the run first.
And it's tough for him because he's not very big, 230 pounds as a defensive end. Did he come down inbounds? They say Kirk did. Managed to get at least 1 foot down. Gain of 16.
Yeah. Starkel makes an excellent back shoulder pass. He gets his foot down. I tell you, Kirk can really maneuver his body.
First down, Williams right up the middle, close to the 10. And I'll tell you something about Christian Kirk. People do just about anything these days to get better, but he took a step further than anybody. He added liver smoothies to his diet.
That'll do it.
Liver smoothies. He gets my vote. Starkel too high.
Most all the passes, most all the passes, Mike, are going to the right. They've got to go back the other. They've got to go away from Christian Kirk every once in a while. You know, he just can't be the guy every time. They've got to go the other side. Damon Ratley will catch some passes in this game if they keep rolling their coverage to number 3, Christian Kirk.
Starkel with his first miss after he hit his first 6 in a row. 3rd and 6 here. Blitz coming. Starkel hangs in the pocket and throws. Touchdown, Damian Ratley. Well, they went to the other side and nobody was covering him.
Well, they go the other side. What happened? They run a bunch formation, put 3 receivers together. They're trying to play man and shuffle them off. In other words, you zone it when they bring them all together in bunch. And all these guys were trying to figure out who's got who, and they forgot to cover Damian Ratley.
Away from tying it up. Camera, who has missed a single point after this year, knocks that one through. Only took 2:24 to go 81 yards. We're tied at 14. Still plenty of time to go in the quarter. Must be Hawaii night. Of course, you got a guy named Ta'amu who is from Pearl City, Hawaii, so let's celebrate that. Ratley made the touchdown catch to tie it. And the wind whipping around blows the ball off the tee.
We've got to have at least a 20-mile-an-hour wind, crosswind going from left to right as the kicker looks downfield. That's the reason they're pooching the ball around. Afraid to kick the ball out of bounds and get the ball at the 35-yard line.
Booms this one. The wind holds it up. Taken by Jones. As a seam off the right side and just tripped up shy of the 30-yard line. Louisa and Billy, his parents, the first time they're seeing him start a ball game. That's a long trip from Oahu to Oxford.
It is. And I was saying, Dan Warner, who now is at Alabama, the coordinator last year, recruited him. And he said he was under the radar, a good player, but they needed somebody to come and back up Shea Patterson. And man, has he worked out nice.
Boy, he really has. Wilkins again off the left side. A big hole, and Wilkins to the 37. And that will end the quarter, which started with 4 straight drives that resulted in touchdowns. 14-14 after 1. Penniman comes on in his place, and Penniman has room to run up the middle.
Weakness of both defenses up the middle. You see here, he gets a lead from 79 on a power play. I like the way he just burst up the middle. I mean, these guys know how to find an open hole.
He's 238 pounds. He's not kidding when he runs. Ta'amu spins out of a tackle, gets 8 or 9 yards. Anthony Hines missed him. But you got to credit the quarterback for this.
He had a guy wide open down the field. This is what he does best. He can pull it down. He's got legs. He can move. He can make people miss. He's made some big plays in his starts the last 3 or 4 games.
Wilkins is back in, and Wilkins close to another first down.
Wilkins is going to get a lot of carries now. You know, last year, Mike, he did not play because of academic problems, and so he set out basically for 2 seasons. He comes back, and he's had a pretty good year for a running back at Ole Miss.
Had 124 yards a week ago, giving him 4 100-yard efforts for the season. Matt Luke, as an offensive line coach, he relishes this.
Here's the guy that make the decision, Ross Bjork, athletic director, Ole Miss. I talked to him beforehand. Of course, he's not showing his hand. He knows that he's got a big job of making sure he makes the right decision here in the next few weeks.
Sweeney checks in for the first time. He's the 3rd tailback they have used. And Sweeney drilled right at the line of scrimmage, but has enough for a first down.
Good movement on the right side there. 3 backs in the backfield, very unusual for 2 spread teams. And it's hard to get movement, you know, when you're coming out of a 2-point stance from an offensive lineman position to get pushed down the field.
First down near the 49. Wilkins back in. Ta'amu had that tipped as he throws. It's incomplete. Let's go to Carter.
Well, gentlemen, it's senior night here at Ole Miss, and as the seniors entered the field for their last time, they were approached by Matt Luke, who's the head coach of this team right now, the interim head coach, but he gave them huge hugs, and I'll tell you, the love was real. Tommy, you know, he's an Ole Miss guy. This job would mean the world to him, but I think his team knows how much he loves this university, how much he loves this football program, how much he loves them.
Ta'amu throws a strike to Dawson. Knox lost the ball. Picked up by A&M, and Oliver is bringing it back, but they are going to whistle the play dead. Are they going to say he was down?
It's going to be close. Here's a good look right here. Hands to the face. They probably could have called that. It's coming out on the way down. It will be close.
We were talking about the left knee. Watch the right knee.
After review, the runner lost possession of the ball prior to being down. We have an immediate recovery by Texas A&M at the 30-yard line. It'll be their ball at that point, first down. Clock operator, please reset the game clock to 12:31.
So they appear to make the right call there. A&M will get the ball, but it should have been an A&M touchdown.
Yeah.
They blew the whistle.
They changed that rule, Mike, about 3 or 4 years ago to cover for the officials. Even though they blow the whistle, used to be, it was completely dead. Now, if it's a recovery immediately after, you know, the whistle, it still goes to the team that covered the fumble.
But instead of a touchdown,
right,
they have it at their own 30-yard line. It's certainly good news for Texas A&M, but it could have been better. See what Starkel can do with it. Bad snap, and then Starkel has to eat it, and he'll lose yardage. Let's go to Chris Cotter. Boy, what a tough year it's been for the Volunteers.
Ooh, really has.
2nd and 11. Straight ahead for a couple goes Williams. Brady Hoke, another interim coach with Matt Luke and Randy Shannon. Talk about struggles, Florida. Heaven's sakes.
Randy Shannon finally got his win today against UAB.
3rd and 10. Starkel looks to the sideline.
Going to zone coverage now after they showed man.
Starkel a deep out, underthrows, and it's picked by Miles Hartsfield.
We talked about that earlier. Showing man. They change the play. They come back to zone. And Starkel doesn't read the corner well enough. He should have never thrown that ball. He got to throw the ball to the back. Corner dropped too deep underneath the corner route from the outside receiver. He looks all the way to the outside. The corner drops off. Safety over the top. Great play by Miles Jones.
Hartsfield with the pick. He was a 3rd-team freshman All-American a year ago. Jordan Wilkins with 125 yards on 10 carries. Pretty good work so far. Ta'amu with time. And that's going to be about 3 yards shy of a first down as he completes it to Dawson Knox. And let's go back to Cart.
Mike stopped in L.A., then to Memphis. So no direct flights from Hawaii to Oxford. But our director, Steve Turnberger, he knows that route. He spent many years on the Big Island.
Yeah, absolutely. This kid does have an arm. I mean, he can spin it. And he can run, too. Nice move by Ta'amu. Slides in safe. First down and more. Yeah, Billy loves it. Billy is a huge guy. He's a foot taller than his son, who's 6'2". Ta'amu rifles another shot, this one to A.J. Brown. The Blitnikoff semifinalist makes only his 2nd catch of the night.
Talking to Ta'amu yesterday, his receivers say, "You've got no touch." He said, "You're going to have to learn how to catch a hard ball. I'm not changing my style," and he can really fling it.
Ta'amu rifles this one complete to Sanders, and Sanders touchdown, 30 yards.
His first ever touchdown. This is another one of those true freshmen. Again, they signed 7 freshman receivers last year in their recruiting class, and all these guys have played this year and have made a contribution.
And they are loaded at that position.
Ta'amu just extends the play, holds on to it, lets him come open. They have obviously busted the coverage. Their linebacker came up, should have covered him wide open.
Keldrick Carper couldn't make the tackle. Wunderlich for the point after. Ta'amu puts his team up by 7. Young man always seems to have a smile on his face, and you can just see the pride swelling up in his dad's chest. You're watching the SEC on ESPN, and we have a good one in Oxford. The Rebels on top, 21-14. So here's the championship belt.
Everybody's got something on the sideline.
Don't they?
It is unbelievable.
We need something for the booth.
Yeah.
Travion Williams deep with Kirk. Short kick returned from the 10, and the turf monster got him at the 15-yard line. Starkel, who is coming back off a broken ankle in that first game against UCLA when the team fell apart when he went out. Played a little bit 2 weeks ago, then came back and played the entire first half against New Mexico and lit them up for 416 yards in just the first half. That was his first start since week 1. And as a coach and a team, how tough is it to recover from leading by 34 and losing the ball game?
Well, that's a tough situation, especially when you lose your starting quarterback. That never would have happened. That put them in a real bind, especially Kevin Sumlin.
Starkel with a perfect strike that time to Ratley, who was had a big first half. That was for 24 to the 6'3" senior. That's his 4th catch. Came out of Blinn Junior College, which is only about 30 miles from College Station.
Ole Miss has got to get out of that man coverage. They're going to zone now.
They come up to support the run there. It has been so hard for them this year. Done a pretty decent job tonight.
What Texas A&M done on this drive is they're going play action pass instead of drop back pass. They're giving more time to the quarterback to be able to see downfield and throw the quick slants.
2nd and 9. Starkel with time and a strike to Kirk, and Kirk is inside the 10.
Again, another play action pass. No pass rush at all because it holds the linebackers. Christian Kirk is wide open. Again, play action pass against man coverage. You've got to hold your guy, stay with him, because it's going to be a longer pass rush.
It was a nice catch too. Had to adjust his body. The ball was thrown behind him. 3 catches, 47 yards so far.
Noel Mazzoni, the offensive coordinator, is trying to mix it up. This is the first time that they've really gone play action pass and then run. You can see they really don't get set here. It's the same, that was the same play that they tried to run earlier. And there's Noel Mazzoni. He worked for me for 8 or 9 years as offensive coordinator here at Ole Miss and at Auburn. Does a great job. Been all over. Coach Phillip Rivers, a lot of great quarterbacks.
To the 1, Travion Williams. First true freshman a year ago to go over 1,000 yards in A&M history. Been held to just 603 coming in here to this game. 3rd and goal. Starkel. He doesn't run very much. May have been forced to on that one as he couldn't get a clean look at the snap.
When your quarterback doesn't run very often, what happens is you don't account for him in the running game, and here they just saw that they had nobody on the outside. He rode Trayvon in the middle, and you can see the linebacker tighten down there, and it was just a no match for DeMarcus Gates. He couldn't get out there in time.
Read it well. You see the big smile on his face. High snap, they got it down, and the kick is good, so we're tied at 21. As penalties are coming, they have self-imposed some, knowing the NCAA investigation was going to find them guilty of certain things. A bowl ban this year, whether they qualify or not. And then, of course, you had the Hugh Freeze disaster with his personal conduct on top of everything.
We had a couple of games, Mike. We only dressed out 50 to 55 players at that time.
That's amazing.
And that's a safety issue, and that's what they've got to look at.
Oh, absolutely. You can't play that few kids and not expect to have someone get hurt. That ball goes out of bounds So that'll send them out to the 35-yard line and have great field position. And here's the timeline for this investigation, which actually began in 2013. But in 2016, in January, the violations were published, 9 during the tenure of Hugh Freeze. Then the list of allegations in February increased to 21. Then Ole Miss started to impose sanctions on itself, including that postseason ban. They have already lost scholarship and recruiting benefits. And then Freeze had to resign for personal reasons. And September 11th and 12th was the NCAA Committee on Infractions hearing. Usually the decision is handed down 6 to 8 weeks after that. They have gone past 8 weeks, but it's not necessarily a requirement. Just that's the way it normally has happened. Ta'amu on a run, cut down after a gain of about 4. Matt Luke says, let's hurry up. Ta'amu again takes off, has the first down and gets out of bounds. Good play by Ta'amu.
The worst thing about all this, Mike, going through it myself over the years, is the anticipation of what's going to happen, because you can't recruit with all that hanging over. They need to get this over with. Everything's done now. All they need to get now is the things that are going to happen to them and get on with business.
Still plenty of time to go. 1:31. Ole Miss has 2 timeouts. Another ball just rifled in there to A.J. Brown. You wonder how nobody looked at Ta'amu coming out of New Mexico military and said, this guy could be a star. Let's go get him.
He can zip it. And A.J. Brown is wide open. He takes a lick there. That's pretty close.
Very close to field goal range. Blitz coming. Got away. Nice move. First down and more. He'll get everything he can. Goes out of bounds to the 17-yard line. Ta'amu looks no worse for wear after that shot.
I tell you what, this kid keeps playing like this with his legs. Shea Patterson's going to have a tough time getting his playing position back next year, because he can run. He enjoys running.
And Patterson is an exceptional quarterback. Ta'amu with a fake. Throws underneath. That'll be complete for a short game. The clock will run. Lodge made the grab, and now they'll use a timeout with 38 seconds left. 2nd and 7. Now only 1 timeout left for the Rebels. Ta'amu the quick out. And are they going to give them the out of bounds? They are. Normally you go out sideways. They will not call that. Dawson Knox fought hard to get out of bounds while Derek Tucker was making the tackle. Stops the clock with 32 seconds to go. And now third and 4. That looked like movement early, and the pass goes right through the hands of Dawson Knox.
That's just one of those bullet passes to the outside. I was getting ready to say before that play, they're only 57% of scoring touchdowns in the red zone, and this is going to knock their percentage down. Again, you got to put a little bit of touch on it sometimes. Some of these receivers can't catch a hard ball like that. It's like a baseball player can't hit a curveball.
Gary Wunderlich from 28 yards. This would tie the school record. Knocks that one through. When we come back, Chris Cotter, Chip Kelly, and Jonathan Vilma catch you up to everything on the Outback Steakhouse halftime report after these messages. Welcome back to Ole Miss. An offensive explosion in the first half as you're watching the SEC on ESPN. And Ole Miss comes out of the locker room with a 3-point lead over Texas A&M. Had some up and down games this year, but this is one where 4 straight drives they score, then they don't score forever until we get a field goal at the end of the half.
Can you have any more offense than what we've had tonight?
I don't
Action.
think so.
This is fun to call. I like the big plays, only a turnover on each side. Offense for Ole Miss, they're actually running the ball better than they're throwing the ball at times. That's the difference in the game right now. There's going to have to be a little bit more defense from Texas A&M in the second half, but this thing might get out of hand on Ole Miss's side.
And A&M will get the ball to start the half. Luke Logan will kick it away, and they have Kirk and Travion Williams deep. Kirk is the big play guy. Has a 100-yard kickoff return for a touchdown this year. Takes it out over the 32, the 32. Travion Williams will start offensively in the second half, picks up about 3. How about this? Not much to choose from. Ole Miss averaging almost 8 yards a play, A&M 7.5. Starkel throws through low, and they're going to say incomplete to Christian Kirk. And let's go to Paul Carcaterra.
Keep him in the pocket. That's what Kevin Sumlin just told me in regards to defending Ole Miss quarterback Jordan Ta'amu. He said his scrambling ability is making him a very difficult cover. Offensively, when they don't have stupid penalties or snap mistakes, he feels like they can drive and really take advantage of this Ole Miss defense.
That's usually the thing that holds an offense back, those mistakes. Flanker screen. They got it out to Osborne. Got good blocking in front of him, and that's enough for a first down after a gain of 16. Starkel to Jamon Osborne.
Great call from Noel Mazzoni, the offensive coordinator. He goes backside away from zone coverage, one-on-one. Perfect call versus that defense.
This pass thrown underneath, complete to Kirk. Covered immediately by C.J. Moore.
Texas A&M has done a lot better when they run tempo offense, and they've done this for the last 3 series, and they've moved the ball a lot smoother and faster with a lot more running and throwing production.
Back shoulder throw off the left hand of Christian Kirk, but a flag is down.
Pass interference, defense number 30. 15-yard penalty for the previous spot, automatic first down.
Moore coming off, shaking his head about the call.
Man coverage. You need to get your inside hand on him. He's going to get him just right there holding a little bit. They should have called holding instead of pass interference. Really a non-catchable ball. Not very good coverage there in terms of on the line of scrimmage, getting a jam if you've got him man covered.
Spotted to the 31. It is a first down for Starkel. Williams goes up the middle, and you can only wonder how the season would have been different had Starkel not been injured in the first game.
Yeah, there's a lot of luck in this game, Mike. A lot of luck, especially on the coaching side in terms of everything heating up around you and need things to go your way, you know, consistently. And they had a bad break early in the season against UCLA, losing this kid, because he would have been a much better player at this point. He's still playing well, but he's really inexperienced.
He had built a huge lead. Look out from behind. The pass underneath, he hung in there before the hit and got the throw right into the chest of the receiver. Davis couldn't hold it, and Breland Speaks was coming from the blind side.
Starkel looked right into the pressure. He's got pressure in front and back. Does a good job getting it off. Good route there by Quandre, but the ball hits him, but you got to catch it with your hands. Don't catch it with your body.
Another one of those freshman wide receivers couldn't hold that one. 3rd and 6. Pressure coming again. Dumps it off underneath. Got it to his tight end Tanner Short, but he is cut down, and the Ole Miss defense rises up again.
Yeah, they're just bringing heat from both sides. They're not going to give Starkel a chance to set in that pocket. They decided at halftime our adjustment's going to be to get after him, play man coverage, but bring more than 4. Bring 5 or 6, put the pressure on him, see if he can make a good throw.
Good tackle by Montrell Custis, and now LaCamera will come on to try a 45-yard field goal. He's had a great year, 16 out of 18 in the field goal department, trying to tie it here. Wide right, and it doesn't hook. So Ole Miss dodges a bullet. LaCamera fails on the long 45-yard try. And Ole Miss will have the ball when we come back. They're up by 3. It's called the land grab at the Grove. The night before the game at 7:30 Central, you're allowed. It's like the Oklahoma Sooner rush. People trying to come in and claim their spots to the Grove for the next day. And it's certainly one of the best tailgating scenes in all of college football. Every time somebody does a poll, it's almost a unanimous that the result at the Grove is the best spot in the country.
It's a happening, and they show up early and stay late. And as we can tell, when they go out of the stadium at halftime, I used to get on the radio and say, please come back in the stadium. Please come back. We need your help.
Did they listen?
Sometimes they did. Hopefully Matt Luke did the same thing. They need to get them back in here. This is going to be a tight game.
Good job by Ta'amu to avoid a huge loss or a safety. Now he spins out of trouble again and then fires, but it's picked off, intercepted by Tucker, and he will get a touchdown. But check the flag.
Holding, offense number 50. Penalties decline. Touchdown.
It will stand.
Sean Rollins, the center, actually just got worn out right here on the pass rush, and he held him. He knew if he didn't grab him, it could be a safety if he was in the end zone.
But then Ta'amu made a critical mistake.
The center just grabs him, number 50, Sean Rollins. Trying to throw the ball to Dawson. Should have never thrown that ball. Obviously, he was covered. You just got to take the sack. Don't get rid of it like that or throw it out of bounds.
So A&M up by 3 pending the extra point. LaCamera knocks it through. And Texas A&M gets the big turnover and takes the lead, 28-24. Well, there are a few people chanting, but right now those are A&M fans as they have gone up 28-24 and quieted the majority of this crowd, which was over 55,000 before the weather started to turn very cold and a lot have left.
We probably had a 20-degree change in the weather since the game kicked off, and still a huge wind, which is affecting the ball, the punt, and kickoffs.
This will roll out of the end zone. Hard line. Let's go to Clark.
Well, he leads the SEC in receiving yards, and the multi-talented A.J. Brown. I got to spend a good portion of the day yesterday with him. He was drafted by the San Diego Padres. He's so explosive and just adds such a dimension to this Ole Miss offense. Here's a piece of my time with A.J. Brown.
When football's over, if A.J. Brown's to be involved in another career, what would that be?
I like to be a sideline reporter.
Sideline reporter?
Yeah.
So you're going to take my job?
I'm sorry.
What makes you think you'd be a good sideline reporter?
Because I want to be out there where the action is, so
Yeah,
I want to see it. So
be in the trenches. Well, you're on your way, buddy.
thank you.
Clark, did you try to tell him that that's where the action is?
Of course I did. I didn't tell him where it's warmest, though, up in the booth with you two guys.
You're going to make sure of that. That pass was drilled. Is it a catch by Lodge?
What a catch.
What a grab. I mean, he had to throw his body back to catch a bullet. Oh, man.
Really not a well-thrown pass behind him, but he really concentrated on that ball.
That is a terrific grab and a first down. Wilkins straight ahead, rolls over a defender, and that's Derek Tucker, who just had a whale of a ball game.
Now, Texas A&M now is quit pressuring on first down. I don't understand. Here they come now on second down.
2nd and 5. And this will bring up a 3rd and 1. Wilkins, who had so much success early in the ball game, has been held in check here in the second half. And this has been a rapidly moving third quarter as opposed to the first and second quarters, which seem to take forever to play.
Two tight ends in the game. They got to be careful breaking the line of scrimmage. 10 men on the line, 1 man deep.
Run pass option. They will go with the run, and it's a first down as Penniman bulls his way to the 43. A hit hard, and it's going to be slow to get up. And they have wound the clock. The third quarter is over. The applause for Penniman. We'll have the fourth quarter in a moment. A 4-point game in Oxford. Ole Miss has the ball at its own 45. There's the score by quarter. Huge game for both of these coaches. Kevin Sumlin on the hot seat after 3 straight 8-5 games. Matt Luke, the interim head coach, would love to make it permanent, but he probably needs to win these last 2 ball games in order to do it. Wilkins to the outside, gets to the 42, and an injury update from Paul.
Well, Mike, we saw Devon Penniman with that leg injury confirmed. It is a knee injury. He will not return. And then offensive tackle Alex Given went off to the locker rooms being evaluated for a head injury.
He had had a concussion 2 weeks ago, so that's not very good for him. Ta'amu has been held in check, especially on the ground. Takes off here. He's got a chance to run for it. Hesitated, and he's about 5 yards shy. Kingsley Kiki was putting pressure on him up the middle.
A lot of pressure
do
from the
here?
outside. Yeah, a lot of pressure, and they may make him scramble. He's just good enough athlete to get up the middle to get to the outside. Again.
And Gleason has been so good with those rugby kicks. Remember, this guy can kick with either foot.
That's a weapon, and he can kick across his body where the returner can't get his hands on it.
And they down it inside the 5. Nice job by the kicker. Nice job by special teams. A 43-yard kick, and Ty Reyes was down to make sure it didn't go in the end zone. 9:16 left from Oxford. And Texas A&M has spent most of the second half deep in its own territory, but Ole Miss hasn't been able to take advantage of it.
They've got to play more aggressive on defense. They're going to run out of time. They're not going to play tempo on offense, Texas A&M, because they've got a lead. They've got to get the ball back, and they've got to turn into a tempo team. They've played a lot better when they played fast on offense on Ole Miss's side.
If he can get it, this would be the 7th win of the year for Kevin Sumlin.
He's trying to shorten the game, running the clock all the way down.
Yep, sure is. 2nd and 7 for Starkel. They'll run again. Not much there.
Getting a little bit too conservative. I think there's too much time left. This is a huge third down play for Texas A&M. They've got to get the ball out and get a little bit better field position, because Ole Miss is going to run to the point where they have got to open it up. They've been a little bit conservative on their side, but they're running out of time also. They'll have to open it up and go fast the next time they get the ball.
Keith Ford cheerleading on the side. Travion Williams is the running back.
They're showing zone coverage, but I bet you they roll up and play man. That always 43 going out. That means they're playing man coverage. Linebacker has to go out and play. They're coming.
Showing pressure. They come with it. Don't get there. And the pass incomplete, intended for Osborne.
That's a great job of Ken Webster, number 5, the cornerback. Just getting a piece of him coming off the line of scrimmage, and Starkel had to hold on to the ball just a little bit longer than he wanted to. He was open for a time, but he didn't have enough time to get it to the right spot.
Tommy, the way the offenses performed in the first half, it's hard to imagine the defenses are playing this well in the second half.
It's totally transferred around to the defense, and again, the offenses were on a roll. Ole Miss better get on the roll on offense now. They're going to run out of time.
have to do something. Trapuka gets it out of there. Brown signals fair catch and makes it. Great kick by Trapuka. 51 yards and no return. A&M comes with the blitz. Ta'amu throws underneath. Would be a short gain by A.J. Brown. Alaka hurled him out of bounds.
They're forcing him to throw the ball short. A.J. Brown right there. They're going to give him that out route all day on 1st and 25.
He's had 4 catches for 62 yards tonight.
Zone defense. John Chavis has pulled the dogs off and making them earn their 25 yards on 3 downs.
Comes with pressure again. Ta'amu throwing incomplete. Armani Watts with good coverage on Dawson Knox.
3rd and 20. I'd have to take a shot down the field. They've got to play what they call all go. All 4 or 3 receivers run straight down the field, and the quarterback just reads the safety and throws it opposite where the safety goes.
Do they bring pressure again? They bring 4. Ta'amu pressured and throws it away. Oh, a great job defensively by the Aggies.
Great pressure, but we got a flag here. You know, the problem in this offense.
Number 10. Quarterback is outside the pocket, but the ball did not get past the line of scrimmage. Ball had been placed in the spot of the foul. Lost it down. 4th down.
So 2 things you have to do on that. 1, get outside the tackle box, and 2, you've got to get the ball back to the line of scrimmage. So this look.
Ball's got to go past the 25. He gets out of the pocket. He's fine, but it doesn't cross the line of scrimmage. Easy call for the official.
Although you had a receiver right there. I don't know how that call was made. And I think that's what Matt Luke was contending, but it's too late now. And Mississippi got a poor call on this last play. It shouldn't have been ruled the way it was.
This is the receiver. He gets out of the pocket, and he's throwing it to this receiver. After he gets out, good scramble. Here he is right here, and the ball comes his direction.
It's a 15-yard penalty, and it shouldn't have been. There was a receiver in the area, but it's not reviewable.
Well, there's the 6th bad snap of the day.
Been a few.
Concentrate on. It's got to be the wet ball. They hadn't had this many bad snaps all year long.
Starkel had no chance.
Jim Turner, the offensive line coach, I'm sure, is pulling his hair out. Although he doesn't have any hair, he'd be looking to pull it out.
Justin Matabuke, the backup tackle, came in and got credit for that stop. 2nd and 14. Starkel throws underneath. Heck of a throw by Starkel, and a nice catch by Trey Nixon.
Another RPO, run pass option. He didn't hand it off. He didn't run it. He threw it to the slant route. DeMarcus Gates. DeMarcus Gates makes the play, but you know, that's a well-executed play by Starkel.
Not a first down.
No, Mazzoni told us he could get back now to running the RPOs because early in the year when he got hurt, he had to ditch all of those just to teach Mon part of the offense to have an opportunity and a chance to win a game.
Huge play here. Ole Miss crowds the line of scrimmage. They'll get it anyway with Keith Ford. And the clock will continue to roll after they mark the first down inside 5.5 minutes.
Great run out of Keith Ford. Great run by Keith Ford to make that first down. Look at the difference in the first half. 7.5 first half for A&M, 2.9 in the second half, 7.9 first half. Ole Miss 2.6. All defense.
Remarkable.
All defense.
clock winding under 5, and A&M will take its sweet time. They'd love this to pay off in a score, but barring that, they want to work that clock. Forward again. Big guy taken down at the 32.
Could have been a face mask. Ole Miss is just can't catch a break on these penalties.
Personal foul, face mask, 52 defense. 15-yard penalty for the end of the run, automatic first down.
Austrian Robinson called for the face mask. 11 penalties, 95 yards.
What's the end zone shot here? Power play up the middle. He reaches out after being blocked, and easy call.
So now well within field goal range and 4:40 and counting.
They've got to hold them to at least a field goal to be one score down. 28-24. Sumlin is milking the clock as much as he can. He knows he's got the advantage right now.
And at this rate, would you use your timeouts here or not?
After
Make a
this,
stand?
Yeah, after this play, you need to start using them.
Ford hit and dumped. And they're going to save him.
They've got all 3 of them left. They're going to take them home with them if they don't stop them on this play in the next one.
Timeouts seem to be so much more valuable defensively here than on offense, because in college football, if you get a first down, it stops the clock. You get out of bounds, it stops the clock. Incompletion stop the clock. Nothing is going to stop it here if you don't call timeout.
Exactly right. I think you force them to throw here. They'll probably run an RPO.
Second down, they give it to Ford. Ford is, or I'm sorry, they put Williams back in there. They did, and he is drilled.
Noel Mazzoni, the offensive coordinator here, he's going to make Ole Miss make a play. He's not going to lose it, but putting the ball in the air. Again, this is huge, right? They've got to make them try a field goal. They can't give up a touchdown here. The game's going to be over.
Going to go under 3 minutes here. Crowd really getting restless.
Got to make a big decision now. Wesley McGriff, defensive coordinator. Do you defend or do you force him to throw it quick? They're going to defend.
Going to be short by a yard and a half, but there's a flag down.
Personal foul, defense number 9, face mask.
Holy cow.
First down.
That speaks the defensive end. And instead of forcing them to go for the field goal, another face mask, the second on this drive, will give them a 1st and goal.
Almost the same play. They ran the same play, the same side, different player. Just very unfortunate. He's getting held.
Certainly is.
They didn't see that part, but they did see the face mask. Bad break. Now you're going to have to start using your timeouts.
And if you don't hold them to a field goal, it's not even going to make a difference. Straight ahead on the run. And touchdown. Connor Landfear, the right guard, gave him some help, and it's not a touchdown.
Timeout Ole Miss, the first timeout of the half. Clock operator, please reset the game clock to 2:12. 2
Great
minutes,
job.
12 seconds.
Great job of keeping their legs moving. Offensive line's trying to pull him over. That's a legal play now. You used to could not pull or push him.
Well, you can push him.
Oh, yeah.
But you can't pull him. Ball's loose. How many bad snaps have we had in this game?
That's what you get when you put a quarterback in shotgun at
Instead
the 6-inch line.
Under center.
I just don't understand it.
Timeout Ole Miss, their second timeout of the half. Be a 30-second timeout.
I mean, I know the justification. They say, well, this is our offense and we don't practice that. The answer would be, why don't you practice that?
I've run the spread offense for the last 6-7 years, but I demanded that we have a snap from underneath center because that should have been a quarterback sneak. I mean, there's no other play but quarterback sneak, and I know Mazzoni, offensive coordinator, would love to have that call back. Looks like they're going to be forced to kick a field goal, and that's going to leave Ole Miss in the ballgame.
Be 3rd and goal here.
I don't think you throw it, but let's see if Mazzoni takes a chance. Make Ole Miss use their last time out if they don't score.
Ole Miss shooting itself in the foot right here on this drive. Just one penalty after another that's put them in jeopardy. Williams. No signal.
Got to call timeout.
So they're down to about 1 inch away again.
Timeout Ole Miss. The 3rd and final timeout of the half.
26 carries, 75 yards for Williams.
Good movement by Jim Turner's offensive line, but it's all Trevion Williams trying to push it over.
Boy, Polk, that walk-on middle linebacker, that kid just stood in there and would not let it happen. I'm with you. I do not get this one. Well, Camera to make it a 7-point game. And keep in mind, there's 2:01 on the clock.
Yeah, they've got time to drive down the field.
Well, Camera knocks it through. And Ole Miss will have 1:59 to get a tying touchdown if they can. And credit the middle linebacker Taylor Polk, at least temporarily saving the game. 1:59 to go in the ball game, but it's not over yet. Taken by one of the up men. They'll take it out across the 30 to the 35-yard line. Five-man rush. Tamu with time throws a strike. Got it to A.J. Brown, and Brown will not get the first down, but picks up 8, his 7th catch of the night.
They have no timeouts left, so they've got to go fast.
That ball's batted down. It'll stop the clock with 1:24 left.
9 penalties on Ole Miss in the 4th quarter. That's hard to imagine. You know, 9 in a game, but they have absolutely self-destructed.
Half of that drive's yardage came in penalties. Obviously 4-down territory here. And Tamu throws and dropped. Holy cow.
A.J. Brown, that's his 3rd drop of the game. And he just not looking the ball in. Man coverage. Easy route, easy option throw from the quarterback. Hits him right in the numbers and didn't concentrate on the catch.
And getting yards after the catch is unimportant when it's compared to making the catch.
Here's the game, 4th and 2.
Five-man rush, they come again. Tamu rifles that one in there. It's incomplete, calling for a flag, and they're not going to get it. Charles Oliver made the defensive play against DeMarcus Lodge, and with no timeouts left, Ole Miss comes up empty.
Well, what happens is you run out of timeouts. They know you got to throw it, and they just locked up man coverage. He was all over him right now, but he looked him down. Good break on the ball right there. That was an excellent break. Charles Oliver.
He may have gotten there a 1/10 of a second early, but they're not going to call that. And that was outstanding defense.
Well, Ole Miss is not going to get a break. They did not get one break in the fourth quarter. Everything went A&M's way. Both teams played great on offense first half. Second half on defense just came a little bit short on Ole Miss's side.
All they have to do is take a knee here, and Ole Miss will fall to 5-6, and Kevin Sumlin will get his 7th win of the year to go to 7-4. And with one more game to go in the regular season.
Got to go to Baton Rouge and play LSU, who's playing awfully well, especially down there. They better hope they don't draw a night game, because it's awfully tough to win in Death Valley in a night game. You got to take your hat off to Kevin Sumlin. They got behind, they came back, their players played hard. There's a lot of pressure on coaches when their jobs are on the line, not just the head coach, but all the assistants. So big win for Texas A&M, tough loss for Matt Luke and the Ole Miss Rebels.
Well, it was. This one will go down hard. And it'll be a nice trip back to College Station for the Aggies, that's for sure.
Tale of two halves. I thought there was going to be 80, 90 points scored.
Looked like it, didn't it?
Oh, it did. Exciting game in the first half. Pretty boring in the second half, but I love those defensive games.
Huge drop by Brown. The game could have continued. For Tommy Tuberville and Paul Carcaterra, this is Mike Patrick. So long from Oxford, Mississippi. Now we send you to Idaho as Boise State plays host to Air Force.